It go 86 minutes. That's how long the average American waits on hold with Social Security right now. 86 minutes of elevator music, robotic voices saying your call is important to us, and the sinking fear that one wrong button press could disconnect you after wasting half your day. And for what? To ask why your benefits are late, to report a change of address. Basic stuff. But here's the breaking news. Social Security just announced a total overhaul of its nightmarish phone system, promising artificial intelligence will slash those wait times to minutes. Sounds like progress, doesn't it? But dig deeper, and you'll find this isn't just about faster service. It's a desperate move by an agency drowning in its own bureaucracy. And while Washington scrambles to fix the phones, they're quietly sidelining a far bigger promise, the pledge to eliminate all taxes on your Social Security benefits. Instead, they're offering a shiny new senior bonus, a $4,000 tax deduction. Sounds generous, huh? Until you realize it's a fraction of what was promised, with strings attached that could leave you empty-handed. Today, we dissect both stories. The AI revolution that might save or sabotage your access to benefits, and the brutal truth about that $4,000 bonus versus the tax-free future retirees were sold. Stick with us, because by the end, you'll know exactly how these changes will hit your wallet and what you must do next. Welcome to Financial Area. If you're tired of spin and hungry for facts that protect your retirement, subscribe now. Let's begin. Let's start with the crisis fueling this so-called AI revolution. Right now, Social Security receives over 390,000 calls every single day. Think about that number. It's like the entire population of Tampa, Florida calling them daily, and the system is collapsing under the weight. Hold times hit 112 minutes in some regions last year. That's not an outlier. That's the reality for millions. Why? Staffing shortages, budget cuts, and a tsunami of baby boomers hitting retirement age. Commissioner Frank Bisignano admitted it plainly. The status quo is unsustainable. His solution? Deploy advanced AI by the end of this year to handle routine inquiries. Translation: questions about benefit amounts, office hours, or replacing a lost check. The AI won't just answer calls, it'll learn from them, adapting to predict why you're calling before you even say it. The promise? Wait, time slashed to minutes, not hours. 24/7 availability. No more begging for basic information. But here's what they're not shouting about. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Social Security has closed 67 field offices since 2019. They've quietly ended in-person verification for critical services, like proving your identity to reinstate benefits. Now, imagine you're 78 years old. Your vision isn't what it was. You've never owned a smartphone. Your internet is spotty. And suddenly, the government tells you the only way to fix an error in your payment is through an app, or talking to a machine that struggles with accents, complex sentences, or background noise. That's not progress. That's abandonment. Privacy experts are sounding alarms too. AI systems need data, your voice patterns, your Social Security number, your most personal financial details, to function. One breach, one hack, and your entire identity could be for sale on the dark web. The agency insists security is airtight. But remember the Equifax hack? The IRS data leaks? Trusting bureaucracy with your biometric data is a gamble. And then there's the human cost. The National Council of Social Security Management Associations warns this could mean fewer human agents, not more. AI handles the easy calls? Great. But complex problems, like untangling a 20-year work history error or appealing a disability denial, require empathy, nuance, and institutional knowledge no algorithm possesses. Push 1 for despair, push 2 for frustration, push 3 if you've given up entirely. This isn't just about convenience. It's about whether the most vulnerable citizens, the elderly, the disabled, the low income, will be forced into a digital maze they can't escape. The phones might get quieter, but the suffering could get louder. Now let's pivot to the financial promise that vanished and the consolation prize being offered instead. Rewind to 2020. A major campaign pledge: eliminate all federal taxes on Social Security benefits. For millions, this wasn't just policy, it was liberation. Imagine keeping 100% of your $1,800 monthly check instead of losing up to 85% to taxes. For an average retiree, that's an extra $300, $500 per month. Real money for groceries, prescriptions, or keeping the heat on. But fast forward to today, that promise has evaporated from mainstream policy debates. Why? Three brutal words: the Byrd Rule. This obscure Senate procedure blocks provisions in reconciliation bills, the budget tricks used to pass laws without bipartisan support if they're deemed extraneous or explode the deficit beyond 10 years. Killing benefit taxes would cost over $1.1 trillion in lost revenue by 2035. The Byrd Rule slaughtered it. Enter the senior bonuses, a $4,000 above-the-line tax deduction for anyone 65 plus. Sounds substantial, right? But let's dissect it. First, it's not a check. It's a deduction, meaning it reduces your taxable income. If you're in the 12% tax bracket, that $4,000 deduction saves you about $480. Not $4,000, $480. Second, it phases out ruthlessly. Earn more than $75,000 as a single filer? The deduction shrinks. Over $150,000 jointly? It vanishes entirely. Third, it's temporary, scheduled only for tax years 2025 through 2028, a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Now, contrast this with the original vision. Tax-free benefits would have helped every beneficiary, regardless of income. No phase-outs, no expiration dates. A retiree living solely on $25,000 in Social Security, they'd keep every penny. Under the bonuses plan, they get nothing because they owe no taxes to begin with. This isn't relief. It's a tax cut for upper-middle-class retirees disguised as a universal benefit. And the cruelest irony? While politicians parade this $4,000 figure, they ignore the real tax crisis crushing seniors. Frozen tax brackets. The income thresholds triggering Social Security benefit taxes haven't budged since 1984, not adjusted for inflation, not once. So as your costs soar for eggs, gas, and insulin, the government taxes more of your benefits simply because a 40-year-old law says they can. The bonuses doesn't fix that. It's a distraction, a gold-plated sticker on a sinking ship. These stories aren't separate. They're symptoms of a system in mortal danger. Social Security's trust funds run dry in 2035. When that happens, benefits get cut by 23% across the board, unless Congress acts. And here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say. Taxing benefits isn't just revenue. It's a lifeline propping up the system. Those taxes funnel $45 billion annually into Social Security. Eliminate them entirely without replacement funding? You accelerate insolvency by years. The $4,000 deduction chips away at that revenue too. $200 billion over a decade. So while retirees cheer a few $100s in savings, they're unknowingly sawing the branch they sit on. This forces a hard question. Is any of this real reform or just political theater? The AI phone system doesn't add staff or fix underfunding. It hides decay with technology. The senior bonuses doesn't adjust archaic tax brackets, it creates a means-tested gimmick. Real solutions, they're harder. They require courage, like pegging benefit tax thresholds to inflation so seniors aren't stealthily pushed into higher brackets, or raising the payroll tax cap so billionaires pay into the system at the same rate as teachers and nurses. But that's controversial. That takes leadership. And right now, leadership is missing. So what can you do? First, verify eligibility for the $4,000 deduction. If you'll be 65 plus by 2025 and your income is under the phase-out limits, mark your calendar. But, and this is critical, don't rely on it. Assume it'll vanish in 2029. Second, prepare for the AI phone takeover. Save your local field office phone number now. Bookmark the SSA's online portal even if you hate computers. Set up your account before you need it. Why? Because when the AI fails, and it will, you'll need a paper trail proving you tried. Third, become a thorn in Washington's side. Call your representative. Demand they address the real issues. Unfrozen tax brackets, the 2035 insolvency cliff, and protecting in-person services for those who need them. Templates? We'll link resources below. Finally, see through the illusions. That major change to Social Security's phone system? It's cost-cutting dressed as innovation. That $4,000 bonus? A fraction of the tax relief promised, targeted to those who need it least. Real change starts when we stop applauding crumbs and demand the whole loaf.